Hello, everybody, and welcome back to CB Star Radio with your host, Crystal Barker King. Today, we're going to talk about and explore a topic that stirs curiosity, wonder, and sometimes even fear. Aliens. Who are they? What are their names? And most importantly, what role do they play in the story of humanity? This isn't science fiction. Across cultures, across history, and across religions, beings from the stars have been described, often depicted in old paintings as well. From angels and gods in ancient texts to modern encounters, one theme repeats: we are not alone. Humanity's star connections. When we speak of aliens or extraterrestrials, we are really talking about beings who live beyond Earth. Some in physical form, some in dimensions of pure energy or light. That's a topic for another day. Ancient civilizations often recorded them. The Sumerians spoke of the Unukai being from the heavens who shaped earthly humanity. The Dogon tribe of Africa told stories of star beings from Sirius long before modern astronomy confirmed Sirius had companion stars. In the Bible, angels arriving with fire and sound could easily be interpreted as higher dimensional visitors. So who are they? What are their names? And what do we hear most often today? The first group is the Arcturians. From the star Arcturus, only 37 light years away. Only, by the way. Arcturians are described as wise, deeply spiritual beings. They're often called the guardians of higher consciousness. Many channelers say Arcturians are healers. They work with frequency, sound, and light to restore balance. Some believe they maintain vibrational gateways that help Earth ascend to a higher spiritual frequency. If you like sound healing, see the episode before this one. The Pleiadians. The Pleiadians from the Seven Sisters star cluster are perhaps the most well-known. They are described as highly compassionate, deeply loving, and invested in humanity's awakening. Many people who feel like old souls resonate with the idea of being connected to Pleiadian energy. Their mission is often described as helping humans remember their divinity and return to living in harmony with each other and the planet. The Sirians. The Sirians are connected to the brightest star in our sky, Sirius. Ancient Egyptians aligned temples and pyramids with Sirius because they believed it was the home of their gods. Sirians are often described as wisdom keepers, bringing knowledge of technology, sacred geometry, and spiritual structure. They are believed to have worked alongside humanity in ancient times, guiding civilizations forward. The Andromedans. From the galaxy of Andromeda, these beings are said to be highly advanced, both spiritually and technologically. They're often portrayed as guardians of free will, reminding humanity that we are sovereign beings. Their gift to humanity is said to be perspective, helping us see beyond Earth's struggles and remember that we are part of a vast cosmic community. Why are they here? Why would such advanced beings care about humanity? I know I ask myself that question a lot. Many spiritual teachers will say it's because Earth is set at a turning point. We are a species with great potential, but we are also at risk from war, environmental destruction. Don't get me started on that. That's a whole other level of conversation. And forgetting who we truly are. That is also another topic of conversation. We have forgotten. Humanity has forgotten who we are. While we evolved in many ways, we have actually forgotten who we are at our core. But again, another episode. Aliens, or our star family, as some call them, are believed to be here to help humanity raise its frequency from fear to love, guide us in remembering ancient knowledge, protect us from destructive paths while still honoring our free will, and teach us that vibration, sound, and energy are the true technologies of creation. How do they communicate with us, you say? Well, one thing that's often overlooked is that these beings may not communicate with words the way that we do. Instead, they use telepathy, dreams, synchronicities. Synchronicities is another conversation, but if you are constantly noticing repeating numbers, things like that, that's a sign something's trying to communicate with you. So pay attention to those numbers and Google what they mean. You can find a lot of things online these days. And frequency shifts. You know that gut feeling you get when you walk into a room, or maybe you're just sitting at home and suddenly you think of someone and you have a feeling that something's wrong and you call them? That is a frequency shift. People often describe it as a download of information that feels like an instant knowing, or what I like to call intuition. Some hear tones or vibrations before or during contact. Have you ever heard ringing in your ears? I worked for an ENT. He'll tell you it's tinnitus. But if you talk to other people who believe in sound, vibration, and the way aliens communicate, they will tell you that generally when you hear ringing in your ears, that is a sign that the other side is trying to get through to you or communicate. Their language is vibration. It is the universal sound. Much like sign language is the universal language with humanity, vibration sound is universal across all realms and things. Why does this matter? Whether you believe in them literally, symbolically, or spiritually, and I'm not going to say that you shouldn't believe, but if you're like me and you have science to prove something, it just cements it. I don't need science to tell me what to believe, but when science proves it and they tell you that it exists, I tend to believe that. Humanity is not the center of the universe. They want to remind us of that. We are part of something much greater. And if these beings are indeed watching over us, their main message seems very consistent across sources. Raise your vibration, choose love over fear, and remember who you are. If you're listening to these podcasts, I guarantee you're on the same healing journey and spiritual journey that I'm on. I was raised Catholic and I went to private schools, and I am recently learning that a lot of things that I thought I knew are not the way that they were. I was indoctrined, programmed like many other people, and there is a lot of truth to what we are told in religion, organized religion, but there's a lot that they left out. And a lot of it has to do with things like this. Because like anything, when people gather in masses, there's usually one person. Some people will call it a priest. Some people will call it a governor. On any level, it certainly becomes a dictatorship, and you're expected to fall in line if you want to stay in that circle of people. I've never been boxed, so that will never work for me. I attend all churches. I go to anything. If it is a gathering of love of any kind, you can find me there. So, in closing, I just wanted to point out that when you look up at the stars tonight, just sit back, take a deep breath, and know this. Somewhere out there are civilizations who have walked the path before us. Beings of light, wisdom, and love who whisper through frequencies and dreams, they remind us that we're never alone. Our destiny is far greater than what we've been taught to imagine. So thank you for tuning in, and until next time, keep your heart open, your frequency high, and remember, love is the answer. Stay blessed.